corruption. Yes, the one word that everybody in this country seems to know something about. All right, that's it. And whenever you want to analyze anything in this country, the next after the first introduction, next thing you hear corruption. Yeah, corruption. That's it. Corruption. You see, yesterday we talked about evil and why people choose to do evil. And this morning, I'd like to talk about the spread of corruption in this jolly country of ours, talking about Nigeria. Now, before we get too far in, let me say this, right? And this is unequivocal, right? Corruption is everywhere on this planet. Everywhere. The question that we're left with is, to what extent is it prevalent in your country? But corruption happens everywhere. It happens everywhere because human beings, we want something much more different than the next person. Wherever you have rules and regulations, I can guarantee you that there's always going to be one person who is willing to risk it all and go against the rules. Fact. Now, there were insinuations last year during the election that, look, one of the challenges that this government or any government that comes through, right, should do, and that is what it is to run a government. The cost of governance is too much. Some people say reducing their salary, others say they should reduce the size of the parastatals, others even went as far as saying that a lot of you members who are in civil service should be sacked. Yes, I've heard that conversation. Once again, like I said, if you feel attacked, it is not intentional. This is bringing as many views of this roundtable discussion as we can possibly bear within this hour. Now, let me share with you some names. All right, you probably remember them. You probably remember. All right, Willie Obiano, remember him? Okay, anyway, yeah, well, was the governor. Like I said, he was a governor. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning Willie Obiano is that his arrest was one of those rare cases that happens in the Nigerian space. Nigerians tend to forget, some people don't, but some Nigerians forget what certain people did over time when it comes to corrupt practices. Now, Mr. Obiano's arrest, I'm reading from the Premium Times, this was a few years ago. His arrest came months after former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha was also arrested by the EFCC. How many of you remember when Rochas seemed to be in the crosshairs of the EFCC, that there was a video that was leaked? Rochas was on the floor with his family and they were praying. The police were trying to get into their premises. They're praying, so what kind of violence is this? Remember that? Okay. Then there was also Alamesa of Bayelsa State. Yeah. Former governor, Bayelsa State. Yeah. Some interesting times. And there was also the former head of the pension tax force, Abdul Rashid Maina. Remember that? Farouk Lawan, a former federal senator, who were sentenced to prison over varying degrees of money laundering and bribery, respectively. Remember those two cases? There's also Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara. Interesting times. There's also Theodore Orji from Abia State. Tanko Amakura from Nasarawa State. Yes. A lot of people, allegations, even allegations were made against Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, right now. There were allegations, right? He was accused of abusing his position and later entered the Anti-Corruption Authority records for corrupt persons. He once did, interestingly. Then there was Abdul Fattah Ahmed from Kwara State, Wamako, Sokoto State. I can go on and on and on. There's even Gabriel, Lucky Igbinejan of Edo State. Obviously, you all remember, the former Delta State Governor James Onaife Ibori, had to go abroad, serve time. So there've been a lot of accusations over the years. But Nigerians are still not happy with the level of corruption and the spread there is. Which has led me to this question. Please listen very carefully, all right? Is corruption more prevalent in government or in the private spaces? In as much as you listening, you want to throw shades, throw stones at senators, local government chairmen, governors, House of Rep members, DGs, appointed men and women, whatever it is, even the NDDC board have not been spared accusations of corruption practices by some of the Niger Delta people over the years. In as much as you want to do that, right? Can you honestly say that the public sector in this country is more corrupt than the private sector? Is it the private sector that you go and you visit where people will squish their cans that contain and so sell you periwinkle and tell you the periwinkle is 500 naira? Meanwhile, they've put 2 cans inside that place to give you small amounts of periwinkle. Is it the private sector that you want to go and buy gari, right? And then when you want to buy the gari, as you turn left, the woman has put the basin, she removes half a cup and puts back. Is it the same private sector that you want to buy petrol at the petrol station and the girl is greeting you, welcome sir, she's pressing it small when you're not looking, right? She puts it in a jerrycan and puts it back in, and then you drive and like, oh my god, how did I finish this amount of fuel? 20,000 naira, I can't see it in my time. Is it the same private sector where you guys are shouting, God, come and save us, only God will help us, that your pastors, your imams, your juju priests are very directly colluding to bring in smuggled goods, to bring in contraband products, to bring in illegally obtained wealth, and then come on, all praise and thanks to Jah and all the rest spiritual. Is it the same private sector? I don't know. But if we follow up our conversations of yesterday, it would seem as though both the public and the private sector are desperately wicked.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk. With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0003, 017-923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Stroll onto WhatsApp where you find us with the number 0809-030-6416. As always, please keep your comments civil, all right, and refrain from making derogatory or defamatory statements. Shall we? Okay, let's get into it. Let's get to hear from you. Simple question I asked this morning: where do you have it more, in the public or in the private sector? Talking about corruption. Everybody's like, oh, corrupt man, corrupt woman. Okwandu is on the line, and Okwandu is speaking to us from Arabia. Okwandu, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning to you, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
Yes, you see, I think if we compare the private sector and the public sector, the one in the private sector is minor compared to that in the government sector.
Is minor?
This more, my.
Are you serious?
You see, this morning there were news in the radio that Serap is on course. Over trillions of naira that were borrowed by governors, FCT ministers, and we are not seeing anything about it. You can't compare it to a woman that just removed half cup of rice instead of putting 1 cup in each half cup. You can compare it to a girl that is in the police station, instead of pressing 1 liter, he is now pressing 0.7 liter. And the government is the tentative. They were elected to protect the ordinary sector. So for me,
it's more in the public.
The humongous corruption sector.
Okay. All right. Jerry's in Transamadi. We have Zion in Jerry. Jerry, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Jerry.
Yeah. You see, the difference between these two is
all right, Jerry, do call back. Zion's in Jerry. Zion, good morning to you, please.
Jude.
Good morning.
If you want to compare which of them is more, you are going to make a big mistake.
I see.
Because they are all the same people.
They are one and the same, Zion.
In Yoruba language, there is what they call Oloju Kokoro.
Oloju Kokoro, yes.
Let Yoruba people tell you what is the meaning of that thing.
I know what it means.
Sir, let me be honest to you. Is it not appalling that even the FCC boss, not one, not two, they are also in jail or they are being fingered for corruption? No, let's come to think about this is the EFCC boss who should be fighting corruption. At the end of the day, the same person is in prison. Or the same person is being fingered for
accused. Yeah, I remember.
The youngest one that is our baby age grade.
But he's been set free. The charges apparently did not stick.
Why? So the charges be found in this record. Why? To tell you that this thing corruption, we need somebody this answer. The people like Mr. Dion to deal with this issue of corruption in this country or else well, those on the queue is even more than those corrupt that are corrupt at looting already. That is the problem. The people who are looting now and those on the queue, people waiting are more. Who can wait when you get to our turn, we will loot to them. Look at my state Bayelsa. How come Bayelsa said is people like this? Because of people on the queue who will queue, loot, and meet the experience. The former governor went to Alamesia. They are still looting Bayelsa State treasury up to today. So the only truth is we are allowing only Sarah to fight. This fight of corruption, I will only say that they fight corruption.
Well, it's not only Sarah. There are other bodies that are sorry, Zion. The other bosses were speaking. Alali is in Bonny Island. Alali, very quickly. Good morning to you, please.
Yes. The truth is that you see, what the public, is involved in the kind of corruption that involves the public is much more because, you falsify figures and it runs into billions. But you see, the private sector, even if you say we should, privatize most of our industries, manufacturing side and so on, they can also corrupt the private side too. That's like what is happening in the multinational oil companies. What Shell is owing the community, and so on like that. But I think in a well-organized society, this is what they do. They privatize all the government establishment. Then the federal government or the government plays a very good and sensitive role.
Stay with us. Nigeriainfo. We'll be back.
public or private sector? Where do you think the corruption has spread more in Nigeria? Is it more prevalent in the government sectors? That would be in your government houses. That would be at your federal and state and even local government parastatals and offices. Or is it in the private sector where you have people who have businesses like you who sell cement, people who sell water, people who, buy fruits, who sell petrol, who sell gari, yam, rice, and the like. Even vendors like you who go to the NDDC, who go to Ajib, Shell, Total, Mobil in a bid looking for contracts. You want to dig well here, you want to do oil cleanup here, you want to do this. And when you get there, when you submit your letters of intent, you tell the manager, they say, manager, if you give me this contract, I'll give you 2 million naira. Or manager, just give me contract. You get one nice place, man, go show you, you will feel cheated. Yeah, better SEO, and then you pay for his SEO eating for 1 year. Oh, yes. Or is it that man or woman who's in government who decides to sign a contract for one official building or whatever, and then the company involved gets to use some of the money to build a house for this man? Yes, we've heard it. We have heard it in this country. There are some of your uncles and aunties who are either PEMSECs, who are either ministers, who are either commissioners somewhere. Upon signing an agreement with a contracting firm, or a consultancy firm to build one building here, one government building, they now tell the person, see, as I build this building, just take 200 bags of cement, go and start building this thing in my house. We have heard a lot of these complaints. Sometimes they're not even documented. Sometimes you may say, oh, this word of mouth. They say hearsay. But then the biggest issue many Nigerians have with a lot of these politicians is, how do you justify the lavish lifestyles that some of these former governors, former ministers, former commissioners, former members of House of Representatives, former speakers, you name them, even as close to the people as local government councillorship and chairmanship is. How do you explain to these people that after you went into the office, you came out and you built 6-story building hotel? For who? Where do you get the money to do all these things? Somebody mentioned Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State is a crime scene. The entire state. The former governor mismanaged funds. Okay, fine. What have the subsequent governments done after that? From oil spills to reports of how they are managing the amnesty program till today. You're still talking about amnesty programs today. Yeah, so Yenegua people are taking it upon their head. Isn't that the same Yenegua where you have some people who have a job as the state government house, and then they also have a job at the federal secretariat in the same Yenegua? The same Yenegua where there's some people who are sitting down and then monies are being paid to their account. Why? I be indigent. I'm not gonna leave me. No, disturb me. May not disturb me. And then you wake up in the morning and you see on the television, you put on your radio, listen to Nigeriainfo, government is bad. My brother, are you good? Are you good? Wednesday, I'm very sure on Wednesday, somebody will call and say, the government have not seen Ogbogoro Road. What have the people in Ogbogoro Road and the commissioners and the people, what have they been doing there since? Okay, I've asked my question.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Well, we have Ibiso on the line from Odili Road. Ibiso, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Private sector and government. They are competing. They're competing.
They're competing.
Higher than average. Because now, you mentioned different governors, different MDs. Take a look at NNPC. What's happening in NNPC? Now, the governor, this morning, you only say that a contract given to somebody in those areas, they take 80%. The guy don't want to sign. Now, when the government don't write to the company, they snatch the front desk person that they the letter. And this part of we celebrate corrupt people. So it's as I say that those that are on the queue, right? And the number is more than those that are already taking their own. I was discussing with my brothers last week. What was I saying, boy? You may give me an appointment today. You shall take my own.
Oh, really? What? You don't believe in doing good? You want to steal as well?
No, my brother said that he will take his own. So that like national case. Okay, imagine states showing some billions of money in Nigeria, and if nothing happens, there's no rule. That's people will do Thanksgiving. You are zero. So now you're you just get there for 5 years. But you can show what you must. So you see, the government side is how to change the zero. They will change it and nothing will happen.
They will change the zeros.
They will say that's plea bargaining. You somebody a customer told before that come about customs. Now a custom person will embezzle 12 billion naira. And it returns 600 million to the government that they are still bargaining. So to me, the civil servants and the government, the politicians, are more corrupt than the
private. Okay.
Now look at the contract you are talking of. Different contract is going on. Now do you know that some of these people meaning say that let we delay this job. So if you this part of office, they will come and give another contract again. That is the new one they are doing. The rain is falling. This one is doing this one. Community is disrupting. But when they are taking the money, they don't know follow. They don't know they take their car because the office won't collect the money. So to me, the government, the politicians,
they are doing more than you people. Okay. Victor Zomrumukusho. Victor, good morning to you, please.
Okay, good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. I have one problem with Nigerians. We hardly tell ourselves the truth. The politicians that we are pointing fingers on, good. A lot of us that don't think that are very corrupt. Very, very corrupt. I'm telling you, there is a thing in this church. Please, we reach our truth. Now, we are pointing at the property.
Okay.
Are they not community? They not government? Family or people? Youth. Just give us it for one day. You go see madness.
One day.
I'm telling you. We keep telling us that that's the problem I have with Nigerians. We easily point fingers, but we refuse to see ourselves.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Victor says just give them 1 day. What? Not even 1 month. You people are very powerful. Wow. Not 1 month though. He said 1 day. Just give them 1 day. That's all. They will do and undo. Okay. All right. At Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. A very straightforward question I'm asking. Where do you think corruption is more prevalent? In government or in private spaces? Where do you think people or Nigerians experiencing that thing that we are all shouting is corruption? In the past, we've had governors who have been indicted, who have also faced the music. They've gone to court. They've had their fair day in court. Some of them have been incarcerated. Some of them eventually were pardoned. But they have. But look at the vast majority of the country. Look at the vast majority of the country. Almost everything that goes wrong, people say, is government. Good morning, Jude. This is on WhatsApp. Everybody should always pointing at government. You know why? Because they are the regular face or the easily visible face. They are the ones that we've put. But who is government? It's not you and I. So if you ask me, I think the people, the private sector, are way more corrupt than government. Because if the private sector does not enable those people in power, they wouldn't have the power to steal. Kelvin says. The people in the private sector, that would be you, by the way, right, are the ones enabling the government officials to steal. Best is in Degema. Best, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Best.
I think it's in the private section.
Why?
Yes. You know that I went to bank this morning.
You
know what happened there?
Please tell.
We are on the queue. And the bank officials came out and they are calling the people they know inside. You now tell me, do you blame the government?
Are you sure? Are you sure these people? Are you sure these people did not come before and maybe they went away or something?
I was here by past 7. These people came around 9 o'clock. I was like pointing at, look, these people came. I came before them. You know that they didn't listen to me.
Why? Why didn't they listen to you? Did you shout?
The thing is that maybe to me, maybe they had a little talking they will give to them. And they back. That's why we that are sincere, they refused to attend to us. They kept us there until we started shouting, before they now said, okay, now we cannot attend to the people. Do you see that? So it's everywhere. Nigeria is corrupt. The dead we found in Nigeria are corrupt. Even the plants.
No, that's too much. Best, no. We're talking for development. We have to develop. You can't even accuse the plants. 2.3. Good morning.
Hello, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I think I won't toe the line of others because the simple truth is, in the private sector, we do have corruption. Even in my workplace, it's everywhere. But the pain that people like me have with the Nigerian system is that government was actually set up for issues of the fact that the human heart is desperately wicked. And if the heart is desperately wicked, that is why we have laws. So those are the help of us there, knowing that all of us are not still wicked, we're supposed to be regulating our attitudes and actions. I tell you, if one or two person is used as an example in Nigeria today, and the Nigerian populace discover that actually our laws are beginning to operate in the way they are supposed to, who will sit up? So many persons that you see that go to the supermarket and big malls that refuse to steal something, it's not because they're good though. It's because they know that there is a camera watching them. And also, before you use that particular facility, you will check by security men. So automatically, even an average kid goes there and becomes a saint. So we should have a check-up, a check and balance system. When those people at the helm of affairs begin to behave well, begin to punish us for evil committed, everybody, that's when we know that Nigerians are actually good people. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We have Okonkwo speaking to us from Rumukuta. Good morning to you, please. Welcome.
Good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning.
Let me leave about political corruption. Let me go to the one that people see as business corruption. Business people adding money to their commodities. Bro Jude, I would like you to get to a chair.
Okay.
Buy like 2 or 3 bags of gas and put it in a box. Then know how much that the bus drivers will charge you to here. When you ask them why is the price to carry to Port Harcourt too high, they will tell you that the bus was 800 naira.
850 naira, 750. Is it when somebody has said that to bring that guy? So the person should not add the money to recover his transportation. So the problem is the problem of fuel.
Okay.
If they bring fuel to 165 naira, it was before. Let me tell you that everything will come down. Let's say that people pay 500 naira now. The taxi and bus drivers will bring it to 150. And the top of money will come back to 5 naira. So you are not to blame the businessmen and women. You have to blame the high cost of fuel.
Which is on the government. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We learn every day. Right, everybody is corrupt, I tell you. The filling station in our area sells for 699 just after they heard that others were selling at 730. Immediately increased their price. Now, as I speak, Gary has gone up. We blame government for everything, but we are the problem. You in your shop, how much are you selling? You listening to the radio now at the fuel station, how much are you selling all of a sudden now that you have new stock? When the fuel is down, it's old stock. You at the market, how much are you selling? Jude, we are all corrupt, including me. Churchill from Amagua. Live is speaking to us from Moji. Good morning to you, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Light and I'm calling from Moji.
It's a pleasure to have you join us. Welcome, please.
Please, I have an issue to report.
Okay, Light, can you send us a message on WhatsApp? Do you have our WhatsApp number?
I don't know. I just got this number from your website.
Okay, all right. Can I call the WhatsApp number for you, please?
Okay.
Okay, because we are live on airs and we have a program up, so I wouldn't want to disrupt that. So can you send a message and I'll reply you immediately?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So the number to send the message to is 0809
030.
No, 08. Hello?
080 90 30 641.
That is correct. Just send us a WhatsApp message there. All right?
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Very appreciative of your willingness to share some information. All right. Thank you. All right. Jude, good morning. All right. Corruption is almost everywhere. In fact, Nigeria is corruption itself. I don't think so. They are corrupt people. Like I said, corruption is everywhere on this planet. Everywhere. America is corrupt. There's corruption in the UK. There's corruption in Italy. There's corruption in Germany. There's corruption in South Africa. There's corruption in China. Corruption rests its head everywhere. It's not only our politicians that are corrupt. Even the private sector, the community leaders in villages, rural areas, they are corrupt. In fact, the problem of Nigeria is greed, not corruption. Chiwendu, with that comment. Chiwendu, thank you very much. Well, wherever it is, the fact of the matter is, it is here. Blessing Emmanuel on Facebook says, as for me, everybody is corrupt in Nigeria, including me, and the market women are men. That seems like a hasty generalization, but yes, there are some, honest people. Some of you know them. So it can't really be everybody. It's different if you say everybody eats. Of course, everybody eats. Nobody will get to the stage that they are in life without eating something. Rice, gari, yam, spaghetti, whatever it is. Everybody eats. Lasagna, everybody eats. But to say everybody's corrupt, no. But it's the level of prevalence. That's what I'm talking about. Please, as you guys are talking of Nigerian corruption, please add landlord and agents. So I beg. Once again, that's the private sector, which is why I ask, where is it more prevalent? In public or in the private spaces? In the public or in the private spaces? And in almost every place that you go to, you find a reason why somebody says, I'm doing this. Like I said, and I'm saying this very, very honestly and with a lot of pain. The state that is Bielsa shouldn't be where it is right now. If you were to collate the monthly allocations that state has received since it was created till today, it shouldn't be where it is. It really shouldn't. And there are a lot of factors. You've had people in the public sector who are very brazenly engaged in corruption, and also in the private sectors. Haba. If you are from Bayelsa, my heart goes out to you, because I feel the pain. I honestly feel the pain. Escobar on WhatsApp says every human on the planet Earth is a potential thief. The only thing that stops people from stealing is strong institutions. That's a strong line. Every human being on planet Earth is a potential thief. The only thing that stops people from stealing is strong institutions. Chief Obo Owim says, Jude, Nigeria is programmed in such a way that it can't work without corruption. Really? We'll be back after the break. Stay tuned, please.